Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for being here. Thanks for having me. Cleveland's been amazing. Performance tonight, truthfully, I'm always a truthful guy. It wasn't the best performance I've ever produced. I'll note that. But, it is what it is. Boxing's the hardest game in the world, and if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. I'm limited in experience. I only had 10 amateur fights. This was my 7th professional fight tonight. I'm not the type of young fighter who's an active fighter. I keep having fights and breaks, which can't happen anymore. But listen, we got the win, and that's all that matters. And we're straight back in the gym. I'm on to the next. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Listen, boxing's a funny game, and that was the first opponent I'd ever faced who was as short as that. But there's no excuses. It's just another style that I've learnt now. I've been in there with, so I'm going to add it to my arsenal. And that's it, to be fair. But it is what it is, isn't it? It wasn't the best performance for myself, but I don't make any excuses. I got the win, and that's what I came here for. So I'm happy. Yeah, definitely. I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason, and it's still a win on the record. We're 7-0 now, and we just keep pushing. We just keep pushing along, and that's what this game's about. Just taking it slow and steady, and that's how you win the race. I feel like the more fights I have, the better I'll get. The more rounds underneath my belt, the better I'll get. So it's all plus points to take from this. As I say, straight back in the gym, straight back in learning. But the thing I need most is fights, and that's what I intend to do. Over this next year or so. Going into the new year, I really want to be active. I don't care who's in the opposite corner as long as I'm in there on fight night, underneath the lights, in front of the crowd. I just want to add the crowd was absolutely amazing tonight. Thank you to everyone in Cleveland who showed up and supported. And a big shout out to everyone in the UK that stayed up late and tuned in to watch me fight. Really appreciate it, guys. I wouldn't be here without you. I didn't think anything, to be fair. The man can say what he wants about my performance, but he went 8 rounds with a guy who just walked forward like a plank of wood and didn't throw a shot. And every time Tyrone did throw a shot, he nearly knocked him out. Can't remember what round it was. He hit him with a straight right, number 4, nearly knocked Jake Paul out. Didn't know what day it was, but Jake Paul's one of them. You'd be surprised if you see him in the ring again because I don't think Jake Paul's got a lot of balls. It's obvious. He got asked about me in the post-fight interview. I didn't have nothing to say. He confronted me in the hallway there. Had his all about 15, 20 team of him jump all over us. We was there. We was ready to fight there and then. He's big in front of cameras but small by himself. And Jake Paul realised tonight how hard the sport of boxing is. And he got clipped with a little shot. So imagine if he got hit and dropped. I don't know if you'll see Jake Paul back in the ring again. Well, it just transpired about 10 minutes ago. I was doing an interview down there. And his whole team landed. Jake Paul squaring up to me. But then he seen me at ringside. I was leaning over the ropes, waiting to get in there. Here was Logan. No, not right now. They ain't fighters. I've said this from word 1. If you want this fight, I'm here and I'm ready to go. There's no running, there's no playing. And it's fine if you don't want the fight. Just say it. You can put everyone's mind to rest then. Stop bullshitting all the time. And just say it how it is. You either want the fight or not. I want the fight. And if you don't, just say it and we can move on. I can go my way. You go your way. But stop using my name. I would say pretty close. I mean, I've not watched it back, but I was ready to throw hands there and then. This man's all in front of the cameras, but he doesn't understand that me and my team will go now. We don't care about how many years are you. We'll get stuck in. So he can count his blessings in the hallway, really. Hey? 40 of his security team broke it up because the man can't fight. He can't fight at all. Imagine him on a street fight, please. It won't last 2 seconds. If he had no security team there with him, he wouldn't have even walked straight past me. It's not a case of what I have to do to get the fight. I'm not begging and pleading for the fight. I'm hit. I didn't ask to be on this undercard. They put me on the undercard, and they've obviously not done it for the good of my health. They've put me on this undercard for a reason. Now, I was very, accepted by the American audience, as you all, could see when I was walking out. It was like I was walking out in Manchester. I'm not begging and pleading for this fight. I'm just a fighting man who will fight in the ring against anybody. And Jake Paul just happens to be calling my name an awful lot. But I'm here. I've done my part tonight. He's done his part tonight. Why not make it next? It's the fight. It's on the tip of everyone's tongue. Nobody wants to see him fight another MMA kid. Why not come up against a pro boxer? So, we're both... I've got a huge following in the UK, and I don't think it's too bad in America as well. So, Happy days there. It just seems right. But again, this is Jake Paul we're talking about. Can he stand on? I don't know. I seen nothing. I seen absolutely nothing. Jake Paul's got nothing inside him, and I seen that in that corridor right then. Because there was a moment in that corridor where everything was going off between the security and my team and his team, and it was just me and him. And I looked dead into his soul. And when them cameras are not around, he doesn't want to know. I mean, let's be honest. If he really wanted to fight me, I'd have been in that ring there at the end of the fight, through the ropes, let's go. There's no return. But he didn't want that. And the reason why he didn't want me in the ring is because if I was getting in there, he wouldn't be able to go back on it. That's why I wasn't in the ring tonight. My performance was, honestly, dog shit. Now I'm a realist. I don't beat around the bush. I say it how it is, and I always will say it how it is. Win, lose, or draw, you will always see an honest, answer from myself. I didn't rate my performance tonight at all. At all, and that's just period. But this is the sport of boxing. We have good days and bad days. I got the win, and that's all that matters in a fight. You come out with a W. And we're 7-0 now, and we're just going to keep on pushing forward. Like I said before, slowly but surely, we're going to get the right fights at the right time, and just enjoy it, because my career ambitions are a lot different, to Jake Paul's. That's why you can't relate us in the same sentence, because I've got ambitions of, being a world champion and being remembered, doing this as my whole life. Jake Paul's in this to make a few quid and a bit more fame, and another bit to add to his content creation or whatever he wants to do. I'm a fighting man, and that's the difference between me and him. I think tonight we all saw Jake Paul clearly didn't know how hard boxing was. He took one good right hand in the ear, stumbled back, went through the ropes, and he thought, oh, God, it's a bit of an hard game, this, isn't it? I'll stick to the YouTubing business. I think that's what you're seeing tonight. He took one good shot in a boxing ring, and he crumbled. And if Tyron would have pressed on a little bit more through them rounds, Jake Paul would have been out of there. Now, this is probably why you won't see me and him next, because if he did that with me in there, I'd have swarmed all over him, hands up round me here, straight to him, take everything that he's got on the arms and gloves, and I'd wear him down and smash him to pieces. But that's why you won't see me and Jake Paul. Not through me, through him. Many things. No excuses for me. That was the best camp I've ever had in my entire life. There's no excuses there. It's just a simple fact of experience, Not enough fights, not enough, amateur pedigree. I'm learning on the road here, and I think for a 22-year-old kid to come up halfway across the world without, his trainer and my dad left at home, 10 amateur fights, 7 professional fights, I don't think I'm doing too bad. And obviously that was a huge crowd. I enjoyed every single minute of it, but I think for the stage where I'm at in my career, I'm more than happy, because I'm not an Olympic gold medalist. I'm not a multi-nations champion. I'm just a normal kid with a few fights on a big stage trying to do my best. And it is what it is. We got the win tonight. We'll go back, and then we'll assess and we'll go forward again. That's just how this game works. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, we're hoping we're going to go back to the drawing board, and I don't know what these girls want. If they've been offered pretty decent amount, the most that they've ever been but been offered, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I want to become undisputed champion. I mean, if you're a champion in a weight division, you want to be not just a piece of the pie. You want the whole pie. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't want to continue to fight other champions in other weight classes because I want to be the best at featherweight. I don't know. I feel great at featherweight. This is my weight class. I want to dominate this weight class, and I don't think anybody can beat me at featherweight at 126. So I want to continue there, but we'll see. I didn't feel that she was aggressive. She wasn't fighting like a Mexican. I think she was boxing a little bit. I wanted a fight. I wanted to be a Mexican fight. I wanted her to come forward, and I guess she figured she didn't want to engage with me. She felt my power, and yeah, she just she I was breaking her down round by round, and the last round you saw I caught her with the hook, and but you know she was a tough fighter. Mexicans are all tough, but you know she didn't want to engage. My coach he's very vocal, and he because during training camp and interviews she was saying that she's gonna if I'm the Pacquiao of boxing, she's gonna be the Marquez, and that's kind of disrespectful. So he wanted the Mexican fighter to come and fight like a Mexican, and they didn't do that, and so he was just a little upset. I mean, we definitely want that fight. I definitely want to fight Katie Taylor. She's arguably the number one, two. We both between Clarissa Shields, me, and Katie is top three. I definitely want the fight, and we're hoping if I become undisputed champion, then that fight can come along. I want to be undisputed champion versus undisputed champion. But I don't know what's happening now, so we just got to go back and just figure it out. I mean, I'm open to fight anybody, but it's up to my team what they feel is right. Definitely want to fight her, but I just got to find out what they want to do. Of course. Yes, I mean, all she has to do is continue to win, and I continue to win, and then that fight is it's gonna happen. Oh my God, it was awesome. I was so surprised how much fans I have here. It was amazing. The last time I felt this when I fought in 2019 in Madison Square Garden, and it was a crazy crowd. And with this whole pandemic going along, we haven't felt that crowd, and it was just amazing coming out to the music, and I was just taking it all in. It was an amazing night. Well, I'm gonna go get something to eat, that's for sure. But I leave tomorrow early. My flight's at 10 o'clock. I'm back home, and then I guess we'll celebrate home. I just go out to eat. Well, the right payday. I've done everything I have to do. I'm fighting good fights, top 10 girls. I'm beating them. I'm I'm doing what I have to do to continue to keep my name out there, and it's just up to the promoters. I mean, let's see if and the money. I want to get paid what I deserve. Well, I usually train in sneakers in the gym, but Michael Jordan is one of the greatest, so I want to be just like him, one of the greatest in female boxing. And if anyone knows how to get blood off of Jay's, please let me know because I got blood on them and I'm pretty upset. Yeah, it's MMA and boxing is two different sports, and either going from one to another, it's crazy. You have to just give it everything you like to one sport. And I know when I'm go to MMA, I can't even think about boxing. It's just MMA. And Woodley, he's a fighter and he was a champion, and it he was he came out tonight and he didn't get the win. Hopefully he gets the rematch like he said he wants. But I don't know. Jake Paul, he showed that he's a fighter tonight. I mean, Woodley, it wasn't like the greatest, but it was tough. It was his first time. It was his pro debut. So you have to, and just like Jake, he's learning on the job. He never had any amateur experience, and Woodley, he was a fighter, so he was able to see it a little more than Jake. But they're gonna just continue to learn, and Jake is young, and he's gonna continue to train hard, and one day he's gonna surprise all of us.
Thank you, Amanda.
Okay. Thank you so much.
y'all want me at? No matter. Of course, man. I feel like I won that fight. I feel like I landed power shots. I feel like even when he landed a shot, I fucking brushed it off and I came back and I cracked him. I was in his face. I was in his shit. Pause. And his back was against the rope the entire time. I was walking him down. Could have been a little bit more assertive. I was patient. I was seeing my shots, but I didn't want to be antsy. I mean, he got an overhand right. He may have landed a couple times, but I know he threw a lot, missed a lot, blocked a lot, and I feel great in my conditioning. I mean, I fucking felt amazing out there cardio-wise. My body felt good. Even when he landed, a hard shot, I know when you're in great shape and you're in condition for it, you're able to absorb more. Even hit me in the body a couple times, I'm like, nah, dog, it'll take more than that. So I felt like I had him. One time I almost knocked him through the rope. I really wasn't fucking with that rope. It was like we came in this morning to do a test run. It's like, if you're not 7'7", shit, you can be held up by it. So I hit him, and he kind of bent into the rope, so I was going to try to knock him through that motherfucker.
Do you feel power? I guess their camp was saying?
No. Look at my face. Do it look like I felt somebody power? No, I got hit with a shot, but this is boxing. I'm supposed to not get hit. I don't have one cut on my face. I look just as pretty as I did going in, coming out. I never touched the canvas. He was the only one that was close to touching the canvas. Like I said before, I believe the rope actually held him up. I thought I won. To be honest, I was surprised it was a split decision. I thought it was close. I thought he had won some rounds. I thought earlier the rounds was close, and if I can go back, I'll kick myself because I could have made it a little bit more convincing. But I was just trying to fill him out, and I was trying to take my time. And I knew he was going to throw a lot of jabs. And I was just going to see how he was going to react to feints and pressure. And I wasn't surprised when they said a split. I knew it was kind of close, but I thought it was going to be me. So I was kind of more, my demeanor and my emotions was because I wanted to knock him out. And I had a couple big shots I landed, a couple of opportunities, and I think I had him hurt, I had him tired a couple times, and I didn't press him a little bit. I should have pressed him a little bit more, but I was just, my last fight I had a guy on the ropes and I fucking went ape shit on him. I was going crazy and I got snuck with a punch, so I was just trying to be a little bit more smart. I had the biggest moment in the fight for sure, but I told you guys a long time ago. I said don't get this shit fucked up. Everybody like, oh, this YouTube reverse. No, I told you it's gonna look like a fight. I said it from the very beginning. I never played it like it wasn't a fight. You can see the way I was training, the way I was built, my conditioning. I knew it was gonna be a fight, but I was gonna be patient. I was expecting myself to get the knockout. So I definitely had the biggest moment. I feel like that's when the momentum shifted in that round, and I feel like I had the bigger punches, and I feel like I had more pressure. You finna ask me some bullshit, ain't you? I can already see. That motherfucker like, I just fucking. No, it's done. We're doing a rematch. For sure, I'm doing a rematch, so I got to get that win. It was too close, and this was a movie. Ain't nobody gonna push a needle like me and him did. We fucking sold the shit out this pay-per-view. I think everybody was excited about it. There's some humorous moments in there. I couldn't even really watch a lot of it because I was trying to stay focused. But Jake, man, he good at what he do. If I would have allowed him to get into my mind, to get into my head, it could have been a similar circumstances as his previous opponent. So he was tough. He was fatigued in the fight, and he found a way to push through, and he came through strong. So I can't never knock him for that, but we got to run that back. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I said, shit, fuck it, let's do it. I mean, you only live once, man. This is a movie, and this whole time I felt like this was a real ass movie, and I'm like, dude, the promo, the fucking all the PR behind it, all the stuff, the training, the antics, everything that went with it. I've never been a part of nothing like this again, and to even do another fight that's not on this magnitude was kind of feel weird. You know what I mean? So I want to fucking do it again. I think the next time it's gonna be bigger. People see it's a real fight now. It's not like some YouTube kid fucking fighting some old ass UFC fighter that's washed up. He fought a fucking man that came in there and meant business. Nah, I had to take a shower. My damn shoulders were sore from knocking his head around. Yes. It didn't. that was a separate situation. I just don't fuck around when it comes down to my mom. And I appreciate you. I saw you in the mix a little bit. Right is right, and that's why I just told Jay Leon Love. I said, I don't really care. You can do whatever you want to. You can say whatever you want to. You could have took my hat because you can see I got a full hairline and my hair fresh. You can do whatever you want, but when you start going back and forth with my mom, you'll get scraped. Nothing surprised me, to be honest. I kept telling y'all, I said, this is going to look like a fight. I just thought I was going to be able to knock him out. And I could have had, if I would have pressured him a little bit more, I think that I would have brought that moment up. But I know he's athletic. I know he has a screw loose. His elevator don't go all the way to the top floor. And in combat sports, them be the fucking toughest dude sometimes. I knew 1 or 2 shots wasn't going to hurt him to the point where he was just going to quit. I did hit him in the body a couple of times that he didn't like. I wish I would have kept putting money in the bank there. But at the end of the day, I knew he was tough. I knew he was training hard. Like, this is like, if he beat me, he can give his all. Like, imagine if you got a chance to go one-on-one with Michael Jordan. You don't give a fuck. You're going to go crazy. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm Michael Jordan because I know y'all going to spin that and take that one little line and make a whole headline out of it. But what I'm saying is that he was facing somebody who had championship belts in the toughest division in the world at the time, and he put everything into it. He ain't got no kids. He ain't got no day job. This is all he had to do. So I expected him to come prepared and expect him to come ready. Next time, I'm going to be even more prepared. He's going to be even more prepared, and the fight's going to be even better. No, because I was already expecting. I was already expecting them. He threw a couple combinations, but you got to expect somebody that only had 4 fights to evolve. I didn't even look at. He don't have that many fights, to be honest, and I didn't even waste time looking back at his fights, looking at his fucking sparring, because he's smart. He's putting out all the flash, shooting money guns and fucking hitting the folks. He's not putting real shit on the internet because he's in its infant stages of boxing. And for somebody that's, got good size, good punch, good IQ, good chin, and just fucking, like I said, he just don't give a fuck sometimes. I think, you got to be prepared for that. For me, I feel like nothing really impressed me. And that's not to say that he wasn't impressive. I just expected a lot. No, he already said it now. He making all these dumbass bets, man. I keep forgetting I'm fighting a child, man. I'm like, I got a kid that's 18 that's about to go play D1 football. And I'm sitting there dealing with somebody that's not too much older than him. And he making all these bets. And I'm just trying to be professional, trying not to laugh. So, yeah, I think his pride's important to him. And I think part of him taking this fight was that. So him fighting me again or committing to fighting me and not going through with it, I don't think he's going to do that. That's what I thought. No, there is going to be a part 2, and I do regret it was certain moments when I clipped him one time, and when I saw him huffing and puffing, and his hands were low. I'm not going to say the shots because I think those shots are going to come back the next time around, but I saw a couple shots that I know I could have landed, and I think I was just like, man, just don't it's there, don't rush it, because body language says a lot. Anytime you open up and show a big shot, like when he landed his right hand, it's because he didn't show it. When he showed it, he missed it, and I blocked it or anything like that. So I was just trying to get my body language not to show that I saw the opening. Cool. Shit, I don't know. I need to see some paperwork on this rematch shit because I think that's a game plan. I mean, to be honest, Nikisa gave me his word. He hasn't did me wrong since. So I kind of got to roll with him on that. He's honored everything he said to me since the beginning with this whole promotion thing. So, I ain't finna get in no word where I gotta fucking look at that bitch. I don't know, probably my thigh or some shit. Which I thought I was gonna get on my face. Good fuck. Yeah, I already know. And he was baiting me too. He was trying to get me canceled, wasn't he? He was trying to get me debated, but I didn't take the bait. I just fucking kept saying to myself, and I'm glad I wear sunglasses. Normally when you guys see me fight week, I'm wearing sunglasses because I'm sucked down. I'm drained, and my eyes, the light makes my eyes really hard to see, and I'm annoyed, and y'all ask me the same dumbass questions that everybody. You just heard fucking Josh ask me, why you ask me how I feel? I feel like shit. I'm cutting 35 pounds. Fuck you think I feel like? So this time it was just because I wanted to just block it out. You know, I knew he was gonna have these scripts and monologues and this whole fucking spiel, but then he started saying, "You, I ain't even gonna get into it." But that shit was funny. Man, they killed that shit. I can't say it's comparative. Like the only thing I can say is this was a complete movie, and I enjoyed. It was a lot. It was a lot of PRs, a lot of cameras. But one thing they were always mindful of is we're still fighting. We still got to train. It was mindful of rest. It was mindful of scheduling. And that was something that I will go ahead and say that, you know, sometimes the UFC got so many fights. They got 4 or 5 fights a month. They don't give a fuck. They putting their camera on you. They don't care if you cutting weight, if you fucking looking ashy or, you know, dying in the sauna. They want their camera time. And I do got to shout out, you know, all the 24/7, all the Showtime crew. It was like 4 or 5 different crews that was pressing. And I remember Showtime when I was a young whippersnapper coming up, but I feel like they've evolved to a whole nother level. Got to shout out Alicia. She's a GOAT. She was cold. And she just, the way they communicated, Chris, I know Dory's somewhere around here, Espinosa, everybody, yeah, you know, because I'm not the easiest person to deal with. Sometimes I get cranky. Sometimes I get annoying, but they were very professional. And I'm blessed to have fought for Showtime again. I miss it a lot, and I felt like I was treated with respect, and I look forward to doing it again. They told me they thought I won. They said it was a close fight, but I think you won. You landed the power shots. Motherfucker, act like you won. Let these niggas know you won. Don't be sitting around. I was kind of sad because I wanted to knock him out because he was talking all that shit, and I was like, I know I could have knocked him out, and I knew if I rushed. You know, look what happened to Nate Robinson when he rushed. Look what happened when Ben didn't have his hands up, and I didn't even see the other fights. But you know, he pried on people like rushing in and letting their emotions get to him, and I think I need to find a happy medium. So I was more bummed about that, but I still thought I won the fight. You know, so they, of course, my coaches are world class. They all 3 of them in their own right, and they all 3, you know, say, hey, we're gonna go back and look at the film. We're gonna figure out what we need to do. We're gonna keep growing. You were in shape. You know, we know what we could have did better. I felt like you won the fight. And, you know, they're not going to tell me they thought I lost the fight if I lost. They're not going to tell me they thought I won the fight, you know what I mean, if they didn't think I won the fight. So I feel good about it. I feel good about my performance. I feel good that any motherfucker that thought I was old and thought I was washed up and thought I wasn't going to back up and just defend, you motherfuckers know now. Bet. Huh?
Like to announce for the record, we're gonna replay the main event along with the Baranchik Love fight next Saturday on Showtime. Starts at 10 p.m. September 4th. Baranchik and Love, followed by the main event. Two of the most exciting fights of the night. I think you guys got the attendance number, 16,000, a sellout of the building tonight. 16,000. Thank you guys. Jake will be in a minute.
What's good? Why is everyone so tired? What's good? Can we get some energy here? This is history right now. Barley House. You know, I'm always very hard on myself. I think a true champion is very hard on themselves. You know, I got the W, and I'm happy, but you know, I'm a perfectionist. I'm a knockout artist, and because I didn't get the knockout, I'm just like, damn. But it is what it is. He's one of the greatest welterweights of all time, 5-time UFC champion, and he came game. You know, he knew that this was going to be a war, and he brought that to the table. So I'm very happy. Like I said, he's been fighting 7 times as long as I have. So for me to come in there and have a dominant victory, let's be honest, that wasn't a split decision. What is the judge looking at? You know, I landed 71 punches. He landed 52. So, you know, I learned a lot tonight. First time going past 4 minutes. First time in an 8-round fight. No one's doing 8-round fights at 4 fights in. Yeah, look, the guy really had nothing to say. You know, he had a mediocre performance against my sparring partner. All credit to Anthony Taylor. He's a tough guy. But Tommy Fury is supposed to be this tough, big bad guy, legendary bloodline. I got into his face and I let him talk. I don't really have anything to say to him. At the end of the day, I hired him to be here. I gave him an opportunity to shine. I don't really have anything to say to him. I don't really have any bad blood. I just said, yo, like, tell your girl, get out of my DMs. At the end of the day, will we see that fight? I would run that shit easy. That's an easier fight than Tyron, in my opinion, but who knows? But sorry, but like people are like, oh, he's a real boxer, fight a real boxer. Okay, maybe let's run it. Okay, real boxer.
The real boxer went 4 rounds. Right? The real boxer went 4 rounds against someone who is inferior, all respect to Anthony Taylor, to Tyron Woodley. Jake did tonight what Tommy Fury has not done, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Maybe the numbers will come back from Britain. Pay-per-view will be big, and Jake will have interest in it. But until then, it just doesn't make any sense.
If he sold a lot of pay-per-views in the UK and we're impressed with the numbers, sure. But I put him on this platform, so we'll see what happens. Not right now, man. Shit, I'm just getting warmed up, I'm a boxer at the end of the day. I haven't trained MMA at all. I'm only 4 fights in. Let me prove myself in this sport first. Yeah, look, I mean, no, like you said, no one's doing, as saying this as humbly as possible, no one's doing this big of fights, 4 fights in boxing history ever. No one watched Floyd's 4th fight. Canelo fought a guy who was 0-0 in his 10th fight. I'm taking on world champions, 5-time UFC champion in my 4th fight, selling out arenas in my hometown. If Tyron Woodley gets the tattoo, he better get it fast, because otherwise we're going to book a different opponent. I told him if he wants to get the tattoo, put it on his Instagram.
Permanent tattoo.
Permanent tattoo. Then maybe we'll talk about it. But to be honest, I won convincingly. We're going to go back to the drawing board. But I think I proved a lot tonight and proved a lot of people wrong. Yeah, look, this is boxing, I hadn't been hit up until that point in any of my fights with 10-ounce gloves. So that's the first time I take a shot with 10-ounce gloves. I repeat, that is the first time I took a real shot with 10-ounce gloves in 4 fights. I ate it. It was a good shot. This is boxing. If you're a mechanic, you're gonna get dirty. But I proved I have a chin. You know, boom, get hit, come right back. Okay, cool. You got that round with that shot. No problem. I learned from it. I made adjustments, and he didn't land it again for the next 3 rounds. So it is what it is, you know. I like that I got hit. I licked my gloves after that shit. Let's go. You know, look, like I said, I'm very hard on myself. I fought a good fight. I won convincingly. I was landing to the body a lot. Coming into it, something in my legs was a little off even before the fight started. So most of my other fights, I felt amazing, like a rocket ship about to go off. This fight, I was just like a little slow. I think maybe we had too long of a camp. I think I've been doing this back to back to back to back to back. 4 fights, 18 months. Most pros aren't even that active. So, you know, I could have done better always. There's always room for improvement in this sport, no matter who you are. And I want to be a champion, a world champion. So I got to go back, watch the footage, study, get better. In sparring, we don't sit down. You know, so in the fight, why sit down? And I wasn't that tired, you know. Like I said, my legs didn't feel as powerful, but I mean, I wasn't tired. I could have went 2, 3 more rounds, 4 more rounds, whatever. It is what it is. For sure, dude. For sure. This is better preparation for future fights against tougher opponents. And I've been looking for this experience to get it under my belt. I'm salty because I had a perfect record going. You know, if you count my amateur, I was 4-0 with 4 KOs. Now I'm 5-0 with 4 KOs. So I had a perfect record going, and you know, couldn't live up to that tonight. But he came game. You know, this was a Tyron Woodley that I think was more prepared than any of his last UFC fights. The shots he was taking, I was hitting him, you know, and he was going through that, and I hit hard. But you know, I am happy that I got some experience under my belt, and I've always said that. You know, when am I gonna get a fighter to really test me? I passed the test. Yeah, we'll see. You know, part of me wants to put him behind me. I won convincingly. Like I said, the split decision with the judges, to be honest, like, doesn't make any sense. I landed 71 punches. He landed 52. It's not even close. You know, we'll see. If he gets the tattoo fast, puts it on his Instagram, I might consider it. You know, I would come in, make adjustments with my legs feeling better than they did tonight. And I do think I could do a lot better. I wasn't even landing some of my best punches. Some nights you're on, some nights you're off. This is a peak performance sport. You do everything in camp for one moment. Some days in camp I felt way better than tonight. But some nights when you come in for that peak moment, you're just, not everything's there. And it is what it is. I'm not making any excuses. I still won. I still did good, but I know I can do better. Damn, really? Man, that's crazy. I'm like getting teary-eyed. That's sick. Man, like I said, I was in those stands 12 years ago screaming, LeBron, 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 trying to get him to notice me. So for him to even tweet about this, that's crazy. Like, I'm being really hard on myself, but man, I've accomplished so much in the past 4 fights. No one's doing this, you know?
No one's ever done what he's doing in 4 fights. That's unequivocal.
Try not to cry. But For him to even tweet that's crazy. I don't consider myself anything. I consider myself a chach. No, maybe. I think I'm one of the faces of boxing just because I'm doing it differently. There's room for everyone to eat, though. I don't want to take everything. I don't want to. This is a sport where there's hundreds of amazing fighters, and all I want to do is bring more eyeballs from a different audience. Everyone here saw the crowd tonight. This wasn't your typical boxing audience. This was kids that were rowdy, lit, holding up signs saying, subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a completely different audience, and that's what I want to bring to boxing. So I'm going to bring that over. They'll become fans of boxing and love all the other fighters. But I'm certainly, one of the top 3 biggest draws for sure. Top 3, top 5. I don't know. Like, let's look at the numbers. He earned my respect. He was game, you know. He was bringing the fight. And at the end of the day, you know, it's 2 men going in there risking their lives. So after all the shit talk is done, you know, I'm cool with showing respect. But this is a crazy business. Like I said, we're risking our lives in there, and so he earned my respect. I'm gonna touch his glove after. I even told him after. I said, good fight. And I said, look, bro, a lot of tension, a lot of build up, a lot of back and forth between our teams, but I respect you, and no hard feelings. Seriously. I don't even know, man. I think I'm gonna start with the haircut and the dentist. My teeth are crooked. My nose is crooked from this sport. I've given everything to this sport. I haven't gone on vacation in 3 years. There's a lot for me to do right now. We'll see. You know, I have a beautiful girlfriend who needs some attention. I have a lot of things to figure out. Nikisa and I, we're gonna go back to the drawing board and figure it out. This is my bread and butter right now, though. So we'll see. You know, right now I'm a little tired. That was my first 8-round fight. So I might wake up tomorrow morning and be like, let's fucking go. Sign the next contract. Or I might wake up and be like, damn, I need to go to Turks and Caicos. Never. You know, I knew I would be doing great things in this sport, and I knew how bad I wanted this. I just didn't think it would happen this fast. I mean, look at how many fucking cameras. Like, who are these guys filming? You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. So I didn't imagine it to get here this fast. But to be honest, I've surrounded myself with an amazing team. I've put in the work, and this is different. This is what the sport needed. And so when you work hard at something, when you surround yourself with amazing people and you have one focus, you know, really anything is possible, and you can accomplish that. And you know, the sky is the limit. If I'm doing this in my 4th fight, what can I do a couple fights from here? It's shocking to really think about it. I have a saying that I wrote down on my on paper and put it up on my mirror. And it says, think of where you started. Now imagine how far you can go. When I was 16 years old, falling asleep in class, nothing really going for me. I knew there was something else more for me out there. I just didn't know what it was because I couldn't break out of the bubble of living in Ohio. I didn't know. And to think it's only been, 7 years? And I feel like I could retire and be happy, but I also at the same time feel like I'm just getting started. Hey, let's go. Thank you. First time ever. Future of boxing. You know, you can't just say it. I gotta be about it. And I wanted to bring something different. We jumped that up and made it happen. First and foremost, shout out to you for wearing the Boohoo Man collection, the Problem Child Boohoo Man collection. I like that. The sweatshirts. That's some dope shit right there. BoohooMan.com. Man, I don't know. Everyone tries to be such a macho man in this sport, and I like to just have fun, make jokes, troll, grab cheeks. I mean, all my fights thus far, I've looked for the challenge. You know, I'm finding out what I'm capable of in these fights. You know, this is how we got here today. I'm always looking for the challenge because me as a businessman, I need a hard opponent who people are going to want to tune in to see. I'm not trying to do small pay-per-views. I'm trying to make history. And all I've done since my first pro fight is increase the level of competition. First pro fight, I'm going up against a guy, the beast from the Middle East. Boom, boom, boom. He's supposed to beat me. Oh, shit. 1 round. Okay, let me fight a real athlete who's supposed to be a dog who can jump 36 inches in the air. Nate Robinson. Okay, I won. Damn, okay, I'm good. Okay, let me fight a champion, a wrestler. You know, maybe he's not the best striker, but he's a real fighter. He could take a shot from Robbie Lawler. Okay, I beat that guy. Boom. Now we're at Tyron Woodley, 5-time UFC champion. Wow, I beat him? Okay, damn. Honestly, I was thinking about this. Like, I'm probably gonna bring the fight back here, bro. This was dope. This was a dream come true, and you saw the audience and the gate we did today. Was crazy. You know, we got some stats, but the live gate was bigger than Conor McGregor's headlining event of the UFC in his hometown, Dublin, Ireland. So I sold more tickets than Conor McGregor did with the whole backing of the UFC in my 4th fight ever. We did more revenue. So might as well just bring it back here, and the crowd was lit. Everything was dope about this fight week.
And the crowd was there from 7 p.m., which is very, very rare for boxing, right?
Yeah, I was noticing that too. Like the stadium was full since the first pay-per-view fight. That's unheard of. These kids were excited, and I have people thanking me. You know, the head of the commission here, like giving me a hug afterwards, like almost teary-eyed. Like, thank you for bringing this fight to Ohio. You're awesome. That's sick. I love when people show respect. I've done fights everywhere else, and they're just like, next. For sure. You know, we're on the path to a lot bigger fights. I'm salivating too because I'm just getting warmed up. You know, Conor McGregor has a lot more to focus on besides me right now. I'm 5 wins in a row. He's 1-3 in the past 4 years. So guy needs to get off of his little vodka or whatever the fuck his brand is and sober up and start to get back in the fucking gym, and then we can fucking fight. But to be honest, no way he hits harder than Woodley. He doesn't weigh as much as Woodley. He's shorter than Woodley. I said it before the fight. I think Woodley's a harder fight than him, especially on the weight where he's going. Conor's going down. I'm going up. Woodley came in game. We'll see. When you read me the tweet, I read it like, these guys bro suck. Again, another loser talking up. Of course he wants a payday. You know, I'm the money fighter, one of the money fighters now in boxing. The guy's got a chin, but he doesn't land punches, right? So, that fight's there. No problem. Thank you for the attention. Thank you for watching me. I appreciate it, fanboy. This is a legend. This is a YouTube legend, by the way. Fuzi in the building. This is a legend right here. So if you don't know who he is, he's a YouTube OG GOAT right here. I think the media and the fans or haters are definitely holding me to a very high standard because because I have a loud mouth, so like almost rightfully so. But I like that. That's what makes me better. That's what makes these fights bigger. And by the way, not only did I live up to the occasion, I won the occasion, and I have 8 rounds of experience now under my belt. I learned I can take a big-ass shot from a guy who's knocked out all you guys in the UFC. So let's go, baby. Like, I love it. Keep on doubting me. All of you, whoever it is. I know there's a lot of supporters in this fucking room, but whoever it is, everyone said leading up to the fight, Tyron Woodley's in Jake's head. Tyron Woodley's in Jake's head. Get the fuck out of here. I'm made of steel from toe to head to brain, everything. So I'm just getting warmed up and, keep doubting me. You'll see. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
It is now time. He is home, ladies and gentlemen. The problem child, Jake Paul. We're in Cleveland. Let's go.
If I can get underneath his skin and get a reaction out of him, it's exactly what I want.
Welcome to the Buckeye State.
Tyron Woodley is a clear and unequivocal escalation in a much more challenging way.
You should expect violence.
And I want a fucking apology.
Every round,
Don't fucking talk about my body.
every second, every punch, violence.
Cameras off me now.
This is more than just fighting. This is about my purpose to create history.
This is a war to me. Like, I'm locked in, and this is gang shit. I'm going out there to hurt this shit.
Oh, wow.
Almost got it back.